Hi boys, I'm going to show you in this video how to build a Google site. Okay, you're required to build a Google site this term for one of our assessments. So we thought it might be a good idea to practice that in homework time so that when it comes to do your assessment, you're really confident with how to do that. Okay, so one of the homework tasks I'm going to set for you this week is to build a Google site around yourself. Okay, so I've just started a very basic one here today about me, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks of how to do this well. So you might know lots of these already, and that's great, but hopefully you learn how to do this really confidently. Okay, so to start with, I'll just quickly show you how to get onto the site. Okay, so let's say I'm on my Drive instead, and I open up and this is the first page that I go to. You just go to this little common button here, which is the 9 dots. Click on that. Okay, and this will pop down this little drop down menu, and then if you just find the one that says sites. Okay, so click on that, and this is the next page that will come up. Okay, so you go create, and then there's two different options here. Go to in new sites. Okay, if you click on that, it's just a little bit more updated, and this will be the page that you begin with. In a second. Ta-da! Okay, that took ages. Hopefully yours will be faster. Okay, so this is like your blank site. All right, and this is what your first page will look like. I'm just going to flick back to mine now. Okay, so the couple of things that you need to be aware of. On the right hand side here, this is where you've got 3 basic things that will help you to add parts to your site. So if you're on insert, which is the first one, this is where you can add stuff. It's probably the most useful. So text, I'll show you how to do that in a second. Images like photographs or from Google Images too. Okay, you can embed, which means you can put in a website link. And then you can add stuff from your Drive like documents. And that's how I add the documents to our Year 5 website from my Drive. Okay, there's different layouts. I really don't play around with that much at all. I think the one that they give you at the start's just fine, but you can if you want to. And then if you scroll down, another really useful one that I use for our Year 5 website, you might not use it for this practice one, but for your assessment you might later, and that's YouTube. You can also add a calendar, all these types of Google Docs and map, which you probably won't use, but anyway, it's there. And then, sorry, I was just really interrupted by Mr. Ford. Okay, so that's the insert section. All right, this is what you really need to use first before you go in to start adding stuff, okay? And this is where you set up your pages. So you should think of this like as a skeleton to your pages. So you know when you go to a website and they've got different pages to look through, and sometimes you can have sub pages from that. Okay, that's what they do first. So you will be given a home page. You can rename that, you can rename that if you wish, but I think it's that's fine, just leave it as home, and that'll click up there. All these will appear up here as you add them, okay? So if I'm doing a website about myself, these are just some of the things I thought of, and in the homework I might specify what pages you need. But I've got a profile page, which I'm going to talk about my, just basic information. I've got a background page, like I'm going to talk about there, where I grew up and my childhood and how I came to be in Brisbane. And then I've got interests, things that I like to do in my spare time, and then there's some others you can add. Okay, so to add a page, you just click on the plus. Okay, give it a title. Let's say things I'm rubbish at. Drawing, that should be in there, and you just go done. Things I'm rubbish at getting to Google Sites to work. Okay, and it will appear in there, and you'll notice that the title that you give it and the page will actually be the title on the actual page when you're there. If you want to shift the order, so that's come up as next to the home, if you want to shift the order, you just click on it and hold it and move it to wherever you want. That's easy to do. So try to have a logical order there. Then you can click on themes too. But again, that's one of those things that don't really change much. So that might be something you do at the end. You can change the colors and the way it's set out and stuff. It's pretty cool. Don't spend too much time doing that. Okay, when you go into pages, sorry, when you go into each section that you're going to edit, you just go to the pages and click on that, or you can click up here as well too, I think. Yep. Okay, so let's say I'm going to take you to my profile page first. So just click on that. Gosh, my computer is slow today. Come on, you can do it, mate. Alright, I'm just going to pause my video until this sorts itself out. Alright, cool, sorted. I've labeled this my profile page, and then on it I have written things like my age, and then also a little bit about my family on there. So to do that, all I've done is to, you can do it two ways. You can go back to insert and do it that way, but I actually find it easier to just double click where you want to insert whatever it is, and up will pop a little thing like this, and you can go text, images from your Drive like document, or a web link. Okay, the only thing you can't do that way is YouTube videos. That way you have to go insert and then down the page and stuff. Okay, so if you want to do that, you would just insert text and type your text in. Okay, I found the easiest way to put photos in there is to actually have it on your computer and upload it from there. I've tried doing it through my Drive and it just seems a little bit messy, so that's a little tip for you. So under there I've just got some photos of my family, and that's because I've talked about my family up the top there. Alright, so just scrolling up again, if you wanted to then add to the second page along, you would click on that. And I don't think I've done anything on this page yet, so it won't be very interesting. Okay, I've just seen this little button here, image carousel. I haven't used it, but it's sort of one of those ones where you click on it and then as you move your mouse along, sort of like a little slideshow of images happens. You can try that if you wish. I'm not real good at that though. So once you have finished doing your stuff, or before you move away from your website for the day, you need to hit publish, okay? And the first time you do that, it will come up with some options of how to publish, okay? I might just jump into a fresh site and show you that, because there's a few things you need to be aware of. Okay, so let's go back to this website that I haven't done anything with yet. And the first time you hit publish, it'll come up with these options. Super slow. Okay. Let me try that again. I promise yours won't be this slow. Sorry guys. Okay, so firstly you need to think of a web address. I like you to just put like your first initial and then your last name. Okay, cool. And then it'll come up like sites.google.com blah 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 blah, and then that'll be the end of the link there. Okay, I'd like you to go down here and see who can view my site and click on manage. Because this is just for a homework task, I don't really want it, you don't need it to be public. And if you're going to put photos on there, you don't need that either. Come on, computer. It'll come up soon. Okay. And there's a couple of different options that you have. One is to be full on public, and the other is so that you can choose who views your site by inviting people to view it. So it is still on the web, but no one can see it unless you invite them specifically, which is what I'd like you to do. So here it's got draft, specific people can edit. That will be set to be just you, which is what I want. And then here, if you go into the published one, anyone can find a view. You just go change. And then I want you to go specific people can view when published. So not anyone can find and view the published version, this second one, and go save. And then down here, just type in my name so that I can view it for your homework. and then you don't need to invite anyone else, and you just click done after that. Okay, and go save changes. Okay, it actually automatically saves your progress like any Google Doc does when you're working on it, but before you go to any other, like before you close that tab, I'd suggest you just hit publish one last time just to make sure that that's all sorted. Okay, that is about it really. There's lots of things that I haven't really gone into yet, and I'm going to leave that for you to explain, for you to investigate and learn a little bit. If you find something really cool that you think people might not know about, let me know and we can share that together as a class. Alright, good luck.